Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Peak flow.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Kansas City Chiefs. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set. Ready. 53 is the mic.
Newton on first down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
Ready. Show the base. 59. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. SOS. Joker.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. The former LSU Tiger Dante Jackson on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 21.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The shotgun snap for Newton. Taking a shot for Samuel. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. A gain of 3, second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Rolling to his right. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. I don't think that was a blitz, was it?
No, not at all. I mean, there was no blitz called on the play. Had other responsibilities, but he saw an opportunity, saw a path, and he took it.
Jackson now. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the 50, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Dorian O'Daniel, the linebacker from Clemson. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game. So they've got to weigh things about who's behind him. Do they think he can snap it back into gear? Maybe change up the play calling to help him out a little bit.
It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before. Goes for a gain of 31.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty plays. Let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10, right at the 30. Taking a shot for Samuel. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Newton now to throw. On the catch, it's Jarius Wright. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back to throw, Newton. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
Here's Newton. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again is Newton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Ian Thomas, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point try good by Gano, and it's now 13-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now Jackson, and the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther 1st down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Carolina.
Newton now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Newton. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Darren Lee, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Off play action, Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Newton's pass is on target to Moore. And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50.
Out of bounds at the 50-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
A throw over the middle taken in. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Newton now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Newton. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on 3rd down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now it's Jackson. Flushed out right. And the pressure gets to him again. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now it's Jackson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And an update from out west in Oakland. Raiders continuing to roll. They have opened their lead even further. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Number 53, Mike 53.
Play action. It's Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Davis, they'll try to run for it. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now Newton, he gets it to Thomas. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 yards and a Panther 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Still a few inches short of a 1st down as they come up now on 2nd down. Throwing is Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Newton will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far.
Check 53, Mike. Ready? Mike, 53. 53.
From the red zone now, Newton. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Ian Thomas in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a...
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this 1st half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Brian Burns able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here's Jackson. He is going to find Hill here. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 38-yard line.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
36.
From the gun, Jackson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
First down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
First down.
Ready? Gun. Number 53. Mike 53. And we heavy on the edges. Heavy on front. 53.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. And he'll get this up to the 4 right about there, and that's about it. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
2nd down, 6.
Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 5 yards that time out of the scramble, but now they're looking at a 4th down situation. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. It's taken to the 26. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Darren Lee, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Newton now to throw. And he's going to find his go-to man so far. That's Moore. Well, they'll get 15, but that won't be nearly enough. It's fourth down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Jackson now. It's Kelsey on the ground. A gain there of 30 big ones. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Flush to his right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Newton to throw, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on.
And now here is another interception. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Before they can snap it, time runs out. on this third quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jackson on first down. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now Newton on first down. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear him. The coach, rush coming, and he's taken down. Chris Jones in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
On second down, it's Davis. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. A shotgun snap for Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 28. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Jackson going to throw again. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chris Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And now here is another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. He's at the 40. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton, it's caught by Davis. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Mike Davis, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. Then he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Now a play fake, and it's Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game. Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game. On first down, it's Newton. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The intended target, Mike Davis. Third down here. So they look like maybe his third or his fourth read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much. Wright's got it. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They snap it to Newton. Completes it to Samuel. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Newton. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore. And it's second down. Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing. Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. This is caught. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Ready? Check. Watch the before. Eight.
Now it's Newton. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time. Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping. You're exactly right. And if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know, doesn't feel right. Exactly. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds left to play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Lindsey, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37.